Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Link Ting podcast with me, your host, Randy Prizzle. How are you all doing out there? Obviously today, no background as you can see. Besides, that's a bit too much for all of that. It kind of will mess with people's eyes a bit too much. So I said, you know what, let me leave it out and just allow it so people don't see no blurred vision, no double vision. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm not alone. There's some noise going on in the background. Probably the background music will have to probably be a lot louder to drown out what's going on behind there. Until I get a professional mic, this is obviously the way it's got to be right now. So, this is what it is. I don't live alone. But yes, obviously I wanted to touch on first, get straight into how this whole show goes down, or this whole podcast, to be honest, because a lot of people would say, what's the difference between normal Link Ting and the podcast? This one we probably explain a lot more things in detail rather than the usual Link Ting. So we explain why this is that and my thoughts and feelings behind this, why I wouldn't approach this. But I also want to talk about stuff including relationships and things like that. So before, I've not really discussed too much about it, so let me have a little bit of discussion about the relationship vibes, or where man is at and what the whole process of man's relationship has been like. Obviously, I've not had a girlfriend since the age of 16, so it's been that long, literally. People say, how come it's taken you ages to finally, to get a girl and all that? I just think, opportunity's not been there. I've tried and I've kind of fell on my face with a lot of girls I've asked out. I just feel like I don't get, the feeling like women prefer Randy. I don't know. There's just something about me that I guess some women just don't feel or get really close or comfortable with. And I do say sometimes I could be a bit like Marmite. I could be here or I could be there. Do you know what I mean? So certain girls are like, no, I don't really know, I'm not really feeling that and all that. So it is what it is. But, I can't really cry over it. I just get on with it and just try to hope that someone out there likes me for me. And this is why I do this process. This is why I do the whole Link Ting. I do this to try and find someone. Now, obviously, my dating experiences haven't been great either. I've been on probably, you could say, in the last 2 years, I think I've been on a couple of dates, but it's been about years ago, literally. So, I've tried to hook up and, go on dating sites and try to find people, but I don't know. For them, I just feel like I don't have that je ne sais quoi for them on their behalf that they would look for. But, It's all about finding the connection and finding someone you can, build something with and start something and, go so far with and all that. So this is obviously why I do this process. People say you want this to kind of hook up with someone. It's kind of a basis of let's see how it goes, and then but I'm more of the person that's, if there's a connection, if there's a vibe, if we're doing things together and it feels right, then let's go there. If it doesn't, then let's just deal with it or what we got to deal with it. But anyways, let's go straight on to Link Ting, checking out some profiles and obviously telling you what my thoughts are about them in greater detail. So let's go. We've got Meg here. Now Meg, she's got this nice long fair hair, kind of olivish skin, and she's got some nice cheeks. I do like cheeks on a girl. Cheeks on a girl, amazing. both sets of cheeks. I like the front and the back of the cheeks. Cheeks, really kind of tell me more about your facial features. I think they tend to bring out your smile a lot more as well, and as well highlights some more cuteness within the cheeks. You know what I mean? I like cheeks. They give you more of a cute effect, more. It's sort of the thing where you want to go and just pinch them and stuff. Well, I probably wouldn't say I'd pinch them because I'd probably get a punch in the face by one of the guys if I go and pinch their cheeks. Not the back end, the face one. I wouldn't pinch your back cheeks unless you told me to pinch your back cheeks. That's if you're obviously agreeing for me to do that. But if you're not, then obviously I'm not going to go and pinch your back cheeks unless you give me that, hey, come and pinch my cheeks, big boy, something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyways, let's see what she's saying. She says, let's debate this topic. If offered the chance, would would you go into space to set up base on a new planet? It's a good question, that one. Now, going into space to set up base on a new planet, number one, I wouldn't know who's there. That's number one. Number two, I'd be scared for my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, the journey there could be a problem. You know what I mean? Imagine the spaceship just tears apart or something happens during takeoff. You've seen some accidents happen where people have obviously had space trips and it's not gone well. Do you know what I mean? Or people died, you know, doing takeoff or something and it's exploded. Something's happened. Do you know what I mean? Space flying, and you know, I'm already afraid of heights. Do you know what I mean? And going into like space and lifting off could be a bit of an issue for me. But I do like the idea of finding another world. I do like that. Do you know what I mean? I will be scared crapless, obviously, because if I go into a new world and, you know, you meet aliens and stuff, what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? If you don't have the weapons to combat them, or you know, it's not a peace thing between us and them, then it potentially is going to be a massive problem. Do you know what I mean? We could be held at gunpoint or laser point. If they have lasers, I don't know what they may have. We could be effed, and if we're effed, what are we going to do? We can't do anything. Do you know what I mean? So the whole idea of going into space to set up a base on a planet, it's cool and all, but at the same time you tend to think, well, the aliens, if their aliens do exist, because I don't know, if we go to a planet and you discover that there is life on that planet, I think then you should respect that life. That's what I think, because obviously to them we're the aliens, right? If we do go into their planet and it does exist in that, we're the ones in the wrong, right? So generally I do feel that it should be within reason that, you know, we should be questioned when we do appear on their lands or something, but also we shouldn't come in a disrespectful way and try and hold, you know, guns to them and say, hey, we're taking over here. Like, you want to come on a peace team, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, aliens, you know what I mean? Like, we're here on a peace team, you know, like, don't hurt us, you know, don't hurt us. We just come here just to try and see what we can, if we can coexist. I know this is your land. If you give us a piece, maybe we can communicate and you can come to Earth and get a piece of our land. It's a small piece in that. On a level where we could talk and we can be on the same wavelength and all that. But I'm going too deep into this one. That's kind of what my thoughts are on setting up base and everything. I'm not going to go too deep into that because people will be like, I swear this is like a Link Ting, you're supposed to link girls. But if they ask questions, I will respond to them, and I said I will respond in greater detail. So this is what you're going to get with Link Ting. It's not just, you know, me linking this tinging as well. You know what I mean? Them telling me stuff and I'm going to answer or respond to them in greater detail. So yeah. Anyways, let's get on to more what she's saying. It's obviously her in the wild. She's obviously 27, she's 5'10", she's quite tall. I mean, tall. 5'10" girls tend to be, you know, obviously too tall for me. I'm 5'4", so I'd probably just reach just about, I'm saying like, just above her, just below her chin. I think so. I'd probably be reaching. Yeah, that could be a massive problem, couldn't it? You know what I mean? Me trying to reach a girl's chin, and yeah, not good. But anyways, get on to a few more what she's saying. She's a researcher, writer at the Red Cross. Sounds cool. I mean, you research, writer, do you know what I mean? And yeah, any more to get on to? She knows the best spots in town for Korean barbecue. I've never had Korean barbecue before, you know what I mean? I would like to try that, you know what I mean? Because it's a different type of barbecue, obviously, you know what I mean? It's not the usual, as you could say, barbecue we have in America or whatever, you know, that they're made famous for. Korean barbecue could be different. I mean, the sauce, the style, the flavouring, I'm very much interested in that. I'm passionate for food, so I definitely would like to try something that I've never tried before, and Korean barbecue sounds about right, so definitely add that to the list of Randy may be interested in that one. Okay, she says, so good that I will not be sharing any of my meal with you for the Korean barbecue. Well, she better be, because listen, if you invite me on this date, yeah, and then we're both going together and you've not shared any Korean barbecue with me, there could be a problem there. Because if you invite me to try the Korean barbecue, yeah, and obviously, listen, if we got separate platters, like my platter and your platter, then fair enough, whatever. I don't mind, whatever, you do what you gotta do. But if you've come to me and then your meal is like a Korean barbecue, and I don't know, I can't probably afford something on the menu because it's probably mad expensive or something, and I'm giving you a bit of my food to try, and you've not given me like at least one rib or something, I don't know, like I might get a little bit, aggy about that. So, do you know what I mean? Especially if you took me to this place to try some Korean barbecue, and the Korean barbecue's mad expensive, I could get really, well, a bit aggy. I'm not saying, listen, I'm just saying on a thing where I'll be like, well, I've not tried that before, would you mind? Like, would you mind if I had like one? I'm not gonna really beg for it, but I'd want you to just say, oh, you said you wanted to try, right? I know I've took you to some expensive place, but let me cut a rib for you and then slide that one your way, and then you could slide me a little bit or whatever you're trying. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like that, like a tit for tat sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, let me move on to more. But that's just my thoughts on that. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna take the piss in some ways and go, oh well, I bought the food, so I'm not going to share a little bit with you. I want you to try what I'm trying in some ways, so I'd want to share a bit of that food with you so you can have some idea and go, do you know what, that's actually quite nice. I mean, I might have that when I come next time, family, friends, or any other occasion or wherever. Because when you go to expensive restaurants, right, you'd want to, if you're not the person who you could say has the greatest amount, right, going into that restaurant, and you probably went there with a set price thinking, oh, it's going to be about 15 quid or something for this, do you know what I mean? And then she's got the most expensive thing on the menu, and it's time where it's the point where it's like, oh well, she's got something I would have liked to try, but she doesn't want to share. Well, she doesn't want to give you a piece. So, do you know what I mean? Just a slight little piece. Let me try just one of your rib, or one little piece, just a succulent thing, you know what I mean? Get me feeling like, oh, you know what, this is why you paid that price for it. Because I'd want to understand why you paid 30 quid or 40 quid or how much for this Korean barbecue set, and I paid 15 for my meal, or 20 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I want to know why. Do you know what I mean? I want to know. So yeah, do you know what I mean? Above all, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And people be like, well, you know what I mean, if it's her food, then you shouldn't really be in the case where you're like, oh well, why would you want to try her food? It's the kind of ways where you're like, I get it, but at the same time, it's about sharing. Sharing is caring, right? The same thing, just a little. I'm not asking for much, just a little bit, you know what I mean? I'll give you a little bit of mine. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit of that and a little bit of this. I'm not saying give me your whole food, like, man's gonna rob you or something. It's not all about that. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's all I'm asking for. So, but anyways, let's get on to more what she's saying. This year, I really want to climb a mountain, or at least a very big hill. I wouldn't want to do that, to be honest. And me and mountains is not my kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, above all, the endurance, the whole if it's like Kilimanjaro or something, no. I'm not going to do that, literally, to get some heart attack or palpitations or something like that. Man is not on that thing, yeah, for goals and trying to claim like, oh yeah, well I've done it. Like, at the end of the day, I don't win no medal out of climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. As I said, if it's with friends, potentially could happen. If it's the case where I'm going with a bunch of group of people, potentially, and it's got to be for me over like 15 people. I can't go on like a 4, 5 man, 6 man adventure thing, because that's the thing that could be a problem. Do you know what I mean? If there's an issue, who's going to make it back down to go and help? You know what I mean? Or who's going to make it down to the ground to go and call for, some assistance or something? Something could go wrong. You know what I mean? Because obviously you're climbing at, I don't know, minus something degrees, yeah, up in the hill, yeah, where it's higher than that and you can't breathe properly and stuff like that. There could be issues. Do you know what I mean? Equipment can go faulty. Yeah, I mean, one of your crew could get fallen and land on some rocks or something like that. I'm not trying to be grim here, but this could be the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's why with me and the mountain and all that, hills and views and all, I stay away from all that troubles and all those dangers because I don't like to be an idiot. And some people could say, well, that's not really being an idiot. But for me, I consider it putting yourself at risk for somewhat rewards. You know what I mean? Like, listen, for the people who go and do it for charity, and you know, you could say, oh, I climbed Kilimanjaro to solve world peace, or I don't know, like to help someone in some neighbouring village that's going for poverty. Well done, it's fantastic for you. You know what I mean? That's nice. But for the people who aren't doing it for anything, they just say, well, it's a goal of mine to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Get the crap out of there. At the end of the day, what do you win? Do you win a medal for it? Like, you're going to take pictures up there? Yeah, nice views, but whatever. Who cares? You can go on top of a hill in LA and take pictures there and it still looks great. Or Canada or somewhere. Do you know what I mean? For me, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? No to climbing Mount Kilimanjaro unless it's with a bunch of people, unless the equipment I check all right, all safety, because for me, I wouldn't want to deal with any of that crap. So anyways, let me move on for that. But above all, for Meg, she seems like a cool girl. The Korean barbecue thing seems nice, but above all, for Meg, it's gonna be definitely a no for me. I like the cheeks. She's got some nice cheeks, you know what I mean, good highlighted features, but just not enough for me to just go, yeah, do you know what I mean? I think the interesting thing about her, the good quality she has, she seems like someone who would ask questions and someone who would want to know more about you. She's a foodie, it seems, as well, and she likes doing some stuff that's adventurous. Could be the right, you know, for someone else, but just not for me. So unfortunately for Meg, it's going to be nil point. So let's move on to another profile and let's get the lowdown on what she says. The lowdown. You're looking at the real deal now. Ding, ding. Anyways, yeah. I said that on the last episode of Link Ting. Let's not get back into that. So people say you're going to repeat stuff again. You idiot. You're not original or whatever. It doesn't matter. But anyways, we come to her profile. The profile we come to now is Jade's. Now Jade's obviously got some nice kind of lion tamed kind of hair, you know, lion mane. Sorry, I don't know why I said tame. What is tame? Yeah, I mean a lion mane sort of hair. It's kind of like frizzy and up there. Yeah, I mean a bit of blonde and a bit of like darker lights in there as well. Lips are quite thin, you know, not too, you know, thick on the sides. The nose is obviously a little bit. You get a bit of witchy vibes from the nose. Not trying to take the pic, but it definitely seems a bit witchy, quite pointy and stuff like that. And you know, the eyes are medium, like, you know, a bit wide on the wider side, but not too thin, but more on the wider side. And then you've got the eyebrows that are very close to the eyes, quite thin in terms of spreading out quite wide as well. And she's got quite an oval face, you could say. So that's her in a nutshell. So that's Jade for you. I mean, she's Caucasian as well. That's all you need to know about that. But anyways, let's move on to what she's saying. You should leave a comment if you feel a person with laughter, enjoy the deeper things in life, like to explore new things, and know some niche old films like The Dark Crystal. Okay, so let's break it down like DX. Anyways, just stop all that. But yeah. You feel a person with laughter? Well, I can try to. I mean, I'm someone who likes to be naturally funny when I gift myself to people. I guess I try to be. I don't try to put it on, I think, because some people know when you try to put it on. When you try to put it on, it could seem very fake. You could seem out of place. When you try to speak, it just sounds like everything you're trying for it to be a joke. Do you know what I mean? And then you're looking around to see if people are laughing at you, and if people are not laughing with you, you're like, and then they're laughing with you, you look a bit like a plank. Do you know what I mean? But I think the thing about it is, you've just got to let it happen naturally. Do you know what I mean? If there's days when you don't feel like laughing, or you don't in it, like, don't force it, don't try to pretend. because people will catch you out in a second and they'll think, well, this is all this person's trying to do, is trying to be funny all the time. Like, I know my moments when I can be funny, and I know my moments that, you know, it just comes naturally, and most of the time I just let it naturally flow. I don't really try to, like, you know, put it on, or, you know, even when the singing parts for me, I never try to force that. That just comes out when a title just comes to my head as soon as, like, you know, I've said a verse or something, or said something, you know what I mean? Like, in my head, literally as I thought of in my head, I thought Jason Derulo song, in my head, you know what I mean? So it comes to me. I can't, you know, I can't fake that. That's just what happens, you know what I mean? I'm someone who's quite random as well. I do random stuff. My mind takes me anywhere and to any place, but that's just what you get from me. I don't try to fake or pretend to be that person or something else. I can't do that. I just don't know how to. Let's just be honest. That anyways, yeah, man. Laughter's cool. Enjoying the deeper things in life. I mean, depends how deep it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm someone who used to be a deep thinker, but now I don't try to get too deeply involved in all of that. I think deeper things, when you're talking about deeper things, you're talking about things you enjoy and things from the perspective that it's like, well, I really like doing that, or I really like this, or I really like that. So that's kind of where it lies in the deeper category. Do you know what I mean? Like, that deeper feeling of, like, satisfaction of doing something that, you know, makes you feel great. Now I'll go back to the Kilimanjaro thing, because if that makes people feel great, then whatever, happy for you. For me personally, I don't see no goal in that. But for people, if they feel like that's you know, makes them happy or whatever, then that's do you, man. Do you know what I mean? But for me, nah, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to knock anyone's achievement. If that's what you're happy with doing, then that's what you're happy with doing. Personally, I don't see any achievement now. That's what I'm just saying there. But I like to explore new things. Yes, I mean, I don't mind new foods, new culture, getting to find out more about people and where their backstories are, where they come from, and a lot more things that intrigue me about people. You know, new stuff, old stuff, just anybody that, you know, can educate and, you know, elevate someone. But you don't want someone to be to the point where they keep yapping on, because that could be too boring. Do you know what I mean? And if you get too boring, then I lose interest. Do you know what I mean? I want you for me to be like a Guinness Book of Records for me, to keep surprising me with stuff that I don't know, but that keeps me interested. Do you know what I'm saying? That's kind of my reference. A cross between a Guinness book and, you could say, a comic book. Do you know what I mean? Where you give me the pop at stuff and make me laugh and things, but then you keep me interested with some facts and, you know, but not stuff that's too much. Do you know what I mean? Stuff that I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, that's cool. Wow, all right. And you make me laugh. Ha ha ha. Funny, you're great. Funny, babes. Cool. Do you know what I mean? I want someone who has that feeling, you know what I mean, of where they can give me the funny naturally, but also give me the real naturally. You know what I'm saying? I don't like people who put stuff on. I think if you put stuff on, you tend to be found out a lot. So, you know what I mean? But exploring new things, cool. Yeah. And know some niche old films like The Dark Crystal. I'm not too sure, but I don't really know about The Dark Crystal. I do know old films like, you know, you could talk back in the days, like some 80s films like The Thing, and the stuff like Poltergeist and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Certain olden day films. You know what I mean? Scarface. You're talking about 70s and stuff. So, you know, I could certain olden films I could deal with. I don't know about you could say deeply into that, but I do know a few stuff about some olden day films. If you tell me about, and you get me into some olden day films that are classic, adventurous, action, sci-fi, thriller, drama, comedy, do you know what I mean? I probably would end up liking stuff like that. I think horror-wise, the olden day horror films are much better than the newer day ones. No doubt about that. The newer day ones suck. I just think that they are just too fabricated now, to the point where people do some dumb stuff that gets me frustrated and annoyed, and I just can't watch it anymore. Just how it is. I literally get mad at horror films. Do you know what I mean? When people do some dumb things, I tend to just want to punch that person and slap the TV. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to be doing that, because then I'm breaking the TV and then I'm paying for a new one. So, you know what I mean? Anyways, or what Jade is saying, something that's non-negotiable for me is you must be kind, honest, and have shared morals. I mean, I 100% agree with that. You know what I mean? You must be kind, honest, shared morals. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you don't, then it's a waste of time, isn't it? You know what I mean? Next thing she's saying, this year, I really want to do something. I've wanted to reconnect for a long time. Asked me to find out. So she wants to do something. I mean, don't we all? Because literally, this lockdown has not been kind to anyone. I mean, recently obviously got back into football, which has been cool. I've been enjoying that. Recently obviously, getting into doing this Link Ting, which is obviously right here, and obviously this podcast, which is obviously right here as well. So, subscribe to the channel if you're feeling all the episodes. You know what to do, all of the rest below. More content will be coming, by the way. Not just Link Ting, I'm trying to get some stuff up, which you will find out in due time. I don't want to reveal anything. I want you all to find out in due time. Stuff will be coming. That's not Link Ting, there's other stuff as well. Not just Breakpoint, there's other stuff as well. So just look out for that. Subscribe to the channel, and you should get more on the way soon. So yeah. But anyways, I'm just trying to summarise what she's saying. So she wants to reconnect for a long time. She wants to reconnect. So like drawing and stuff. Like for me, big in drawing back in the days. I used to be a deep drawer, and I used to be drawing figures and all that. I got a couple of stuff, in my place over there. Not going to bring them out because they're quite, you could say, on the naughty side. So I don't want to, reveal that too much, because some people might get a bit offended by certain stuff that man does as art. You know what I mean? I'll reveal that to the people who, I don't know, have soft bellies. I'm not going to, call man or whatever. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah. All right. Yeah, ask her to find out. Well, to be honest, if we ain't really compatible, then I'm not going to ask you anything. So, but above all, Jade, she seems like a cool chick. I mean, she's obviously someone who's into her honesty, morals and stuff. She likes laughter, obviously you can tell. She likes to know deeper things, enjoys conversations and probably getting deep with people. She seems like a girl who likes to have a bit of fun. She wants to get back in touch with stuff maybe she's lost as well, and try new things too. It seems that probably what I'm getting a lot from the vibe of Jade. But unfortunately for Jade, it's not that feeling for me that I think she's for me. So unfortunately for Jade, it's going to be a no for me. With that, obviously we'll come to the end of this podcast episode. I'd like to thank everybody out there, obviously, for tuning in to this second episode. And obviously people are like, this is a bit weird, you talking in a sense of where, this is that and that is this. I will stumble on words. I'm not perfect. This is the way it is. And this is how it is. I'm trying to speak in a perspective where I can engage with a lot of other people out there. So you can know a bit about me, or you can know about what I'm feeling and thoughts and all that. Dating, history and thoughts on relationships. I will talk a lot more details in relationships and stuff like that. Just right now, I think it's the perfect time just to talk about me and a bit more, my life in terms of relationships and dating and what I like and what I don't like. Down the line, we'll have some other subjects to go into, and then we'll do some Link Ting. But right now, it's just about the finding out process and all of that. So stick with me. We should have a more on the line where we have questions and hopefully have answers, and we'll have a lot more talk on relationships and that, one night stands and whatever else is there to talk about relationship wise. Do you know what I mean? Agony aunts, uncle aunts, if you guys want to ask questions as well, I'm happy to answer them, you know what I mean? I'm probably not the greatest in terms of being in relationships, but I've seen a lot to probably have an idea. So if you want an idea of mine, then I'm happy to give you one. But yeah, you know what we usually do here. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you're feeding this episode or any other episodes of Link Ting or the Link Ting series podcast or anything, you know what to do below. Thank you guys, and link out. Link out. Oh, link out. Oh, where's the pause button? Found it.